Hello, Joe. In this video, I'm going to give you feedback to last week's summary. So let's begin. First sentence mentions the name of the speaker. Okay, good. He's talking about how to be successful in life and pointing. Why pointing? And talking. Is talking and pointing. Okay, fine. And pointing out the keys which can help in this path to success. Sure. Now, first of all, you need to include the title of the video. And second, you've summarized it actually very well, the main idea. I would say though, try and make it more argumentative. Remember, you keep saying that the first sentence should be more argumentative. Argues that, Jeff Bezos claims that or argues that, and then you would say something similar. In order to be successful, we need to follow certain, certain rules or something like that. Argues that there are some important rules we need to follow if we want to be successful or something, but it does need to be stated argumentatively. Okay, he shares his personal experience during his life to get success. Okay, I understand what you're trying to say, but the infinitive doesn't work here. During his life to get success, you want to rephrase the infinitive phrase, something else. Therefore, Jeff Bezos has been trying to urge people to elucidate their goals. Elucidate is a very good verb, but in this case, have clearer goals, maybe you want to say. Usually you elucidate ideas, not so much goals. But it's a good verb though, very academic. So maybe set clear goals, something like that. And so in this case, the word choice doesn't really work. Maybe you looked up in the thesaurus and you said, oh, I need a synonym for clear goals, and you came up with this, but I'm not sure that it doesn't work really in this case. There are several points which speakers highlight. Which speakers? You mean the speaker? You're making it sound like, because it's one, Jeff Bezos is one, right? Even if it's 8 videos. Which the speaker highlights, like managing time, finding their own call, being resourceful, having dreams. Okay, all of that, fine, okay. Good. Now here, this probably should come right at the beginning. So you could make that part of your first sentence. That would summarize the whole lecture. So it could be, I mean, it's not a lecture, it's eight short videos spliced together, but we can treat it or should try to treat it as a lecture. So I could say, in this video titled whatever, speaker Jeff Bezos argues that there are several important tips that successful entrepreneurs should follow if they want to start a business. And then these are blah blah blah, you could put it that way. So there is no need for any of this then, right? Start from this and then you can basically discuss them. I'm not sure that 200 words will be enough. So it's kind of tricky. Do you want to spend all this time, all these words on mentioning everything in one sentence and then again talking about each one of them? I don't know. If you can do that, if you can manage within 200 words, then fine, you can do it. But if you find it difficult, then maybe this first sentence becomes too wordy, and then you can just say, gives 8 important tips or something like that, and then you can mention them one by one. But what I'm trying to say is, because you only have 200 words, you want to get to the main ideas as early as possible. Okay. Time management is very important, as everyone has the same amount of time, even the prominent people, sure. Find your call is also important. Yeah, so now you're doing one by one. You see, when you start talking about the tips one by one, you should not be doing that in the middle of your paragraph. You should be doing it right at the beginning, right after the first sentence. The first advice Bezos gives is time management. Like that. Finding your call is also important. This is a very good ing clause that you're using here. I noticed reading your paragraph, it's actually written very well. I mean, the grammar is much better than before. You're using some very interesting phrases. When it comes to startups, it is important. That's very good. So I don't know what happened, but this is written in much better English than before. Very good use of ing here. Finding your own code is also important, as well as being resourceful. Nice. So here you've combined both of them, right? So you see how you're repeating in that long sentence, you're repeating this and then again one more time. You probably don't want to do that. Just instead of this, just go straight from the very first sentence. Jeff Bezos gives 8 important advices, the speaker argues that it's important to follow certain rules if you want to be successful. That's it. And then move immediately into this. Right? I like the way you've tried to combine these two into one. So because that saves you space. This is the kind of thing you need to do in a 200-word summary. So that's very good. When people are aware of what they really want, here you need a comma. You need punctuation here. Comma, it can be easier to keep working hard, sure. When it comes to startups, very nice phrase, it is important to detail everything, especially demand from customers. Yeah, I can sort of understand what you're trying to say here. He was saying don't focus on competitors, focus on your customers. What do they want? It's important to keep track of their needs. So here, I mean, the verb is not bad, it's clear enough what you're saying, but maybe you want to make it a little bit more clear. Instead of detail everything, just focus your attention on customers or something like that. Just make it a little bit clearer if you want to. Because of that, again, you need punctuation here, a comma. It puts forward the bigger vision. Yeah, what does that mean? It puts forward the bigger vision. Put forward, I'm not very sure. Here, just the word choice is a little bit not very idiomatic. Ultimately, Bezos recommends overscheduled. What should be overscheduled? This is just an adjective here. Recommends overscheduled in order to achieve whatever the goal is. Yeah, here you want to rephrase this because it's not very clear. What do you mean overscheduled? The concluding sentence should try and summarize the whole paragraph, all the tips, so you kind of go back to the beginning. In conclusion, Bezos argues that it's important to follow certain rules if you want to be successful or something like that. But overall, Akjol, this is a very well written paragraph. So keep up the good work. We only have a few more weeks. Just use it as much as you can. And look, I'm finding evidence of improvement. This is very good news for you. Just keep working hard. It will get better and better. Okay? From now on, I will be giving feedback to the evidence paragraph. This is the last time I'm giving feedback to the summary. So for the exam, just remember, main idea should be stated argumentatively. The conclusion should summarize the whole paragraph, and in between, don't waste time on repetition. Just very succinctly try to go by with the supporting ideas one by one. And of course, to do that, the best way would be to start with a plan. First, before writing this paragraph, start with a plan. Just write down, just make notes of all the supporting ideas, and then make the paragraph out of that. Then you'll see how it will be much more organized. Okay? Good luck.